Hello guys, what's up? Gaber Boys here. If you haven't subscribed, go click that subscribe button right now. So today we'll be checking out my cubing story. So this is gonna be a real story of how I actually got into cubing. Cubing story. Cubing story. So this is how it goes. It's like the one of the sad days when you get your friends who are like leaving this city or this country or this continent. So that was what it was my friend. So he was leaving, and me and my other friends gathered up at his house to just say a last goodbye and meet with him. And my friend's mom was also friend of my mom. So we knew each other, and so did our mom. So my mom came there too. So there were other friends of my mom and their child. So we just gathered up and we started playing. Like we played like the air hockey. This is, if you don't know how air hockey looks like, so it's like this. It's just like a normal hockey. And you have like the two players. They're supposed to block the coin. So that is. Okay, let me just insert a picture. So this is how air hockey looks like. Pretty simple, huh? So we played air hockey and some other things, and finally there was this friend. She was a girl. She bought a Rubik's cube, but not like this one, the Rubik's brand cube. So she bought that cube, and I was like, "Hey, can I try to solve it?" And I started solving it. For some reason, I was not able to solve it since I didn't know how to solve this a cube at that time. And then I was like, so how do I solve it? I asked my friends, but neither of them knew. So I started to turn the pieces, but for surprisingly, I knew the finger tricks. So I started doing the finger tricks and just seeing which one to go. Suppose like this one, I started using. Did a U or D B2 something, those things. I did those, and the cube was shuffled, and slowly it began solving like the first layer, and then it went to the second layer, but I wasn't able to get the third layer. So I kept trying and trying and trying. So, but still, I wasn't able to solve. We went down to a MacBook and we searched up how to solve a Rubik's cube, and we saw some channel called Cubastic where he solved a 17 by 17. That was one of the videos we saw, but that wasn't related, but we just saw it. And then we saw a guy who was making the checkerboard pattern. It's just like this one green, 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 yeah, those checkerboard pattern. And I was like, we don't need to know those all. And they were like, what should we do now? Since we don't know, should we just leave it? And I was like, no, you guys can go play on something. I will stick around and check how to solve this cube, but without any computer. So I just started to solve, but it was not even solving. It was the first time I got the interest. I slept on the couch trying to solve this cube, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? What are the algorithms for solving a cube? I had no idea. I had no idea what to do. And I was like, what am I supposed to do now? I kept turning the pieces, but unfortunately, it was 7 o'clock at that time, and so we had to go home. And actually, for some reason, my car broke down, and I had to go in my friend's car to my house. So when we went into my friend's house, in my friend's car, I went around and I decided to buy the cube, but My mom said no, it was no use. Why do you even need to buy a cube right now? And especially our car is broken down, so it's kind of terrible to ask your friends to give you a ride to a Walmart shop and just ask them to wait. And I was like, okay, so what do we do now? And my mom said that, okay, so let's just wait for some other time and let's get it. So I went to my home. My friend gave me a ride, and that was when I got the interest in cubing. And when this was so after a couple of days, I asked my mom to go to Walmart and get me a Rubik's cube. It was my mom. Unfortunately, it was there, and my mom got it, and for some reason, it wasn't turning so well. It was the Rubik's brand cube. It was the same one as when I started to solve it. I got kind of used to it, and it got loosened up. It loosed up a little bit. So the first time I shuffled it, I tried to do a little like 5 6 moves and just reverse them. But one time I did like a 10 moves and I forgot what to do to reverse the algorithm, and I was like, ugh, now I have to solve it for real, not this situation again. And my brain was like, ugh, why did we even do this? And so there was some YouTube tutorials on how to solve it, but I totally did not understand them. I just knew the algorithm R U R prime U prime. That was just to get like this piece down up here. Let me just change the color. Like this piece up here to this to right over here. So I learned that algorithm by watching a bright side video. It's a very good video, and but I still didn't understand it. So I decided to attend a free class on a website to actually how to solve a Rubik's cube. And they, for some reason, I I joined the. I mean, I did not join it. I mean, I did join it, but it was way too early. It was like in 5:30, and I was like, why do I have to get up that early? And it showed me that in India time, it was six. It would start at 6 p.m. And since I'm in USA, that time went to 5:30 a.m. And I was like, what am I supposed to do now at all? And I decided to go to bed early that night and to wake up a little bit early and to wake up early in the morning. So the next day, I I woke up early. I woke up at 5 o'clock, and then I was just like, I'm so drowsy, but I have to do this. I really want to solve this cube, because I can't even do it now. So I joined the class on this laptop, and I was like, okay, let's do this. The class began at 5:30 exactly, and they were teaching me how to solve the first two layers. But it was in the beginner's method. The beginner's method was I was not interested in it that much, but still, if I had to even to solve this cube, I had to use the beginner's method because I did not even know the algorithms that much that to use the CFOP method. I didn't even know that CFOP method existed until my friend told me that, hey, to solve a Rubik's Cube in less than 20 seconds, you can use the CFOP method. So, but till the time I did not know, so I joined the class and it taught me how to solve it using the beginner's method. The beginner's method taught me how to solve these, the second layer. In the next class, they taught it all over again, but now this time the whole cube. They were like the four cases where the yellow, I mean, the soon, if you know the C pop, I mean, the soon and the anti soon, the U and the T. Those were the four cases for solving the oral, which I know right now. the OLL piece. There are four cases, so I just had to keep doing it to get the right piece, to get the yellow salt. And there was like a big algorithm that you were used to actually solve the cube. And if you want to know how to solve the cube and you don't know how to solve it, then here, oh, there's a video in my channel, Got a Cuber Boy, and there will be a how to solve a cube, how to solve the first two layers of the cube. In the video, I included a bonus. That was just the second layer. Then I changed the title to how to solve the second layer. So, anyways, I mastered how to solve the Rubik's Cube. I was solving it in less than 2 minutes. First, I had to look at the algorithms and I had to choose the correct one. Soon, I memorized the algorithms by doing it so many times that I was so familiar that I didn't even needed that algorithms anymore. So, and then I began to turn it faster, and then I solved it in less than 1 minute. And I was so excited that time that how that was the biggest moment in my Rubik's Cube life. I was like, wow, I did it. I finally did it. But then I began doing it more times until I averaged around 40 seconds. And then I asked my mom, "This cube is too hard. Can I buy another cube from Amazon with the Rock Thunder brand?" If you not know what that cube looks like, in the video cube you can see the total details on this channel. So, anyways, that was the rocks and the cube. So the cube came in like 5 days, and I was like, why this late? It came with a 2x2, a pyramids, and a 3x3, but they were all non-magnetic. But I was still happy with it. It was moving so smoothly than this cube that I felt like the cube was wrong. And but it turns out that that was the speed cube. So I began doing some moves, and I began solving. But this time, I had a new start to use the CFOP method. To use the CFOP method, I had to master F2L, OLL, and PLL. The OLL had 57 algorithms, and I was not interested in. So I took something else called the it is the to look OLL. To look OLL. And I began, and for the PLO, I didn't use the PLO, I stuck with the beginners, the last layer. So instead of OLL, I used PLL, but I did master F2L, which took me around 20 seconds to solve it. And the to look PLO took me at least 10 seconds. I could show you the how I did it. Let me get my cube real quick. So I'm gonna solve the cube right now. 3, 2, and 1. You can measure how much time does it take me to do the F2O and this stuff. No, forgot to tell you, I got lucky and I solved it. That was my best PB. I was like 20 seconds. No, not 20 seconds, but 30 seconds for sure. That was my best thing. So this is another big moment, and I learned the CFOP method with Tulico. Well, I mean not the CFOP method, but I figured out how to use F2L and the rest of the beginners method by using Tulip OLL. And anyways, this is the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed, go click that subscribe button and hit that like. If you know how to solve the Rubik's Cube, check out my channel, can my video, can you beat me, which I have around 40 seconds in that. And this is the end of this video. Bye.